Why do I think that everyone should be a freelancer, or at least think about freelancing, including you, that you have a job, or maybe not, but whatever your situation right now, I think that everybody needs to be looking into freelancing, and I will explain my vision on that. For those who don't know me, my name is Patrice. I have two YouTube channels, one in French and this one in English. And I talk about reinvention either after I will turn because there is some wind. I talk about reinvention after a job loss, after a divorce, after hard moment, changing countries, whatever is the source of the reinvention. I have my share of reinvention throughout my life. So I'm there to talk about that for people, creative people over 40. Why I think that everybody should be looking into freelancing. Well, it's no surprise with the state of the job market right now. It's hard. It's hard for even people that speak the language. But I am 52. I live in a country that I don't really talk Spanish much. I'm improving, but it's hard. So, and I have a roommate that speaks Spanish. He's 61 and he has a lot of trouble finding a job. So that's basically why everybody should and want to be looking into freelancing, because it's an exit plan. If I talk about my situation, during COVID, I sent some 400 CVs and I had no answer. And most recently, while my ex was pushing for me to get a real job, I sent another 100 something, 50 CVs. So total of 500 CVs. And I got no answer, nothing. And every time you do the nice cover letter, you take your time to research and document the company, make sure that you have the qualification, you do everything. It takes sometimes it takes an hour per application. Sometimes it's faster, but it takes a lot of time. So if you do the math, 500 CVs sent, an hour per CV, it's 500 hours with absolutely no result. So I turned into freelancing, not by choice at the beginning, but now I'm assuming that this is my way of earning an income. Like after COVID, I got lucky. I had a part-time job with none of the CV that I was sending. It was an ex-colleague that wanted to work with me. So we worked together for some 2 years, and that didn't last because for many different reasons, including that it was very costly to maintain a corporation here in Spain while working for Canada. So I decided they were not paying me enough to justify the investment in the corporation. So I was just without a job since August 2025, so it's almost a year now that I don't have a job. I started freelancing following discussions with ChatGPT. What should I do? What's going on? How can I find a job at 50? And he proposed that I maybe look at freelancing, and I didn't know anything about Upwork. I used to be a freelance before my burnout in 2011, so quite a while ago. But I didn't know anything about Upwork, didn't know the platform. I had tried Fiverr in the past, but absolutely zero requests with that. And in France, they are using Malt, which is another freelancing platform. I have a portfolio there. I put my availabilities, but I didn't have any contract on that platform either. Only Upwork got me any results, and so after 1 week, I was very intense. At the beginning, I was very, very intense on Upwork. I was sending 30, 40 proposals every single week. It cost money to apply to job. So, but I didn't have any other options at that time. Uh, my ex was saying, "Oh, find a job. You're too picky. Accept anything." Yes, but I'm still 50 years old. I cannot make a job appear even if I want one. So I was very busy on Upwork, trying as much as possible to send proposal, revise my portfolio, make sure that I have everything needed to get that first job. And it took me a week, so probably 40-ish proposals sent before I got my first $100 project. Not much, but it was a proof of concept that it could be working. I could do something on that platform. So after 2 weeks, I got my second contract, another map, another I think was $150. But those first two contracts, they gave me my first 5 stars review on the platform, and from there it kind of get the wheel rolling, build some momentum. And after a month, I think I got my first real big-ish project. It was like at the beginning, it was just a $50 project, but it was a test, and then it ended up becoming a $4,000 project that I lasted, I think, 4 or 5 months, something like that. So fast forward to today, it's been almost 9 months that I'm on the platform, and I'm slightly over 12,000, 12,500, something like that. Plus I have about 1,000 that is still in progress. So about 1,500 per month. It's a beginning. It's not a huge amount, but yeah, it's a proof of concept that it's possible to make money online as a freelance. And if I compare with what I had when I was a freelancer in my other life, it was much more difficult because you didn't have any of those platforms to put you into contact with the clients. So if I get back to the question, why I think everybody need to be at least interested into freelancing, maybe create a profile, maybe make sure you have some portfolio, maybe apply to your first few jobs, because we never know. Like the job market right now, we're it's crazy for everyone. I think it's crazy for the youngs, it's crazy for the boomers, it's crazy for us. Nobody is safe. There's a lot of layoffs, uh, and when AI is coming, eating some entry-level jobs, and people my age, we're kind of the first ones to get displaced, and it's extremely difficult to find something. And honestly, I think that it's not a super secure strategy anymore, because back in the days, uh, people would enter one business, spend 40 years at that business, and then they would get their retirement. But it's no longer like that. Job security, stability doesn't exist anymore. Um, Even for everybody, like everybody is not staying more than 4, 5, 10 years maybe in a job, and then they change, or the business change, and they need to find something else. So why wait? Why wait until it's too late? Uh, like if you have a job right now, that's great. It brings you fuel, it can pay for the food and everything, but you never know when it will be the end of that. And with all the layoffs and insecurities and AI and all those things, why wait? I mean, you have skills, you have done many different things in your life. Uh, I'm convinced that I have values for many people, and but I also know that job safety is something of the past. I'm not stupid. I'm, I look at the job market today, and it's all freelance. It's the gig economy that they call it. Um, we're we're in an economy that, and I understand because I have my own business, and I would not hire someone full time. I would, if I need someone, I would hire those people for one project, make sure it's great, and then that's it. So why would I search for a job? And I'm in a creative field. I'm 52 years old. I live in Spain, so I cannot just knock at doors. Hey, do you want to work with me? And what would I do? I would do maybe like very low wage entry level job for putting all my time and energy into something, and have no time for building my business or doing YouTube. Or it's the state of the market right now. It's something that I never saw. And yeah, maybe I'm probably more stubborn than the average people. um, I think I'm extremely hard to make fit into one box because I have so many interests, so many skills, so many things that I've done, holes in my CVs, business projects that didn't work. Like, you look at my CV and who's that guy? What do I do with it? And when they have 30 seconds to look at a CV, if it's complicated, they will go to the next one. Someone that just out of the university, they can form, they can train, he doesn't have bad habits. Um, he's there probably for longer career, although that's debatable because I think younger generation might not have the work ethics that we had, and generation before us had toward work. But that's another story. But I think that it's not that I didn't try. I tried a lot. I sent 500 CVs. I got 2 phone calls, and none of those phone calls work to anything. So even if I wanted to have a job, or do I put the energy and effort and time for sending another 200 CVs, 500 CVs, 1,000 CVs? I don't know. It just looks like such a mess right now, finding a job after 50. I don't have that time to wait. I have uh, I have to pay bills. I have to pay for my food. I have to do something concrete. And for me, freelancing and on Upwork, it's the only thing that brought me any kind of revenues since last since I lost my job. Actually, I lost my job in August. I tried to find a job. It didn't work. So from August to November, I had absolutely nothing. And from November, I started on Upwork and got, after 8 months, I got 12,000 US dollar. It's not nothing. It's the beginning of something. And if I persist, and one thing that is great with Upwork is that yes, at the beginning you have to pay to apply to job, but at some point you get invited. And if you have a good profile, if you have good reviews, you get invited more and more, and you don't have that much to prospect for new client. So yeah, that's my take on that. I don't know what you think about that situation. Are you Generation X? trying to find a job? Have you considered looking into freelancing? What are you doing for getting money? Have you been laid off? Um, tell me more. I'm curious to see in the comments what you are doing or what are you thinking about that, and maybe you didn't expect to launch your freelancing business, but maybe it's an opportunity that's better than nothing. And honestly, it's much fun. I'm working on board games. I choose my client. I choose where I apply. It's a lot of work. I don't say it's easy, but compare that to having a job and the small talk at the office and colleagues that you don't really know or care about, or they don't care about you. You're just one of the colleagues and they get you to get you shit done. Yes, but none of them will ever be friends, or I would want to hang up with them. And honestly, it's exhausting to be around colleagues, and the commute in the morning, the commute at the end of the day. Uh, I felt when I had a job that I was just living for the weekends. Um, at some point, my ex, the mother of my kids, we were asking the kids what was the best part of your day. It was kind of a little routine that we had with them, to have them speak what went well in their day at school. And on some occasion, I was not able to answer for myself. The best moment in my day was my bike ride to go and my bike ride to come back. Between the two, there was no fun. Nothing was fun. Nothing was satisfying. I felt I was wasting my time. No recognition, no challenge, no nothing. So when you look at your life, and the best moment in your work day is the bike ride to go to the work and the bike ride to come back from work, there is a problem. And I had a good job, honestly. It was well paid, it was in my field, it was technical, in contact with international client. From the outside, it looked like it was the perfect job. And it was for maybe the first 3 4 years. After that, I got so bored. I wanted to have some more challenge. I was asking for something different. But when you are good at the thing that you are doing, they have a tendency to put you more into the things that you are good at. Yes, I'm good at that. I was doing technical support. I'm good at that. Doesn't mean that I like it. And the more that you gave it to me, the less I like it, because it's too much. It was totally boring. It was always the same questions, the same comments, answering the same way. And I knew that it, it could easily be replaced by AI. So, what's the motivation to go to work, waste 5, 10, 20 years in a job that you don't like? The only thing that you like is the bike ride. Doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't compute. So I looked into freelancing. The only regret that I have is that I didn't look early enough. I should have prepared my exit from my 9 to 5 before not having that job to rely on. So that's my only regret. I should have started freelancing earlier to prepare the exit. So when the exit came, and because I think it will come at some point, you're not out of nowhere without anything to work to get some revenues. So if you have a job, please look at the options of freelancing. I recommend Upwork. I'm not paid by them, but it's a platform where there's actual live clients that are willing to work with freelancers. And if you are the best freelancer for their project, they might hire you. Yes, it's a question of number. You have to send a lot of proposals to have one job. But the more you do it, the more you get good reviews, the better it gets. And at some point, I hopefully will be able to just rely on freelancing and maybe YouTube, because yes, I think both of them can be good ways of diversifying and things that I'm can be doing until retirement. I don't know. I don't know the future. I don't know how much years I have, but I think it's better to do something that you like than being forced into a job that you don't like. And like, we think we're old, but me, I think I'm young. And but we have like 15 years, 20 years of active years in front of us. Do we want to do the same thing, or we want to change, or maybe you don't know how to change? Anyway, let me know in the comments if you have any experience on that. I'd be happy to read you. If you like what I'm doing, feel free to subscribe and like. And that's it for now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.